The Apprentice week 5, baby. We start off with a bang. Lord Sugar rocks up to the crib, knocks on the door. Rothner opens up like, Lord Sugar, what's good? He goes, shh. Listen, tell all the candidates to get their butts out of bed and meet me outside in the garden. She runs upstairs. She's like, guys, Lord Sugar's downstairs. Lord Sugar's downstairs. Yo, they're still in their pajamas, slippers, all that. They go outside, you know what I'm saying, still yawning, you know what I'm saying, or rubbing their eyes. Lord Sugar's out there. Tim Campbell's there, rocking them shades, looking cool. Hey, Apprentice, Karen Brady. What's good? Alright, so Lord Sugar lets him know what this week's task is. It's all about flowers. They're gonna do up some bouquets, link up with some corporate clients, hit the market, and whoever brings in the most bank wins. The teams get mixed up a bit. Karishma, Lawrence, and Priyash swap with Rajan, Levi, and Rothner. So they go back into the crib, jump right into it. They're like, yo, who wants to be the project manager? Vanessa puts her hand up like, hey, I'm up for it. Everyone's like, all right, cool, you got it. Big up PM Vanessa. In the other team, Rothner steps up as PM and she hits the ground running. She's already talking strategy. She's like, hey, what kind of flower arrangements are we thinking? She's like, personally, I think we should stay away from expensive high-end joints like roses and that. We should go for like garden-style flowers. Megan interjects. She's like, I hear you, but why would I want to buy flowers that I could just whip up in my own garden? Make it make sense, Rothner. Rajan backs Megan like, yeah, I agree with Megan, you know. I feel like the garden variety flowers might look a little old-fashioned. What does that even mean, Rajan? What does that mean, bro? The whole point of flowers is they're meant to have like a timeless vibe about them, right? I can't remember the last time I looked at flowers and went, yo, these look so old and outdated. Ugh, these lilies, man, they look like they're from the 1800s, bro. Nah, hey yo, this is not the first time Rajan's had Megan's back like this. I don't remember what episode or what task it was, but Megan fumbled the negotiations with the client and Rajan backed her. I think they both ended up in the boardroom. If you know what episode or task it was, please refresh our memories in the comments. I'm not saying there's something going on between the two of them, but you know, it's a little weird. It's a little weird. Rothner stands on business though. She's like, yo, at the end of the day, the goal of the task is profit. So we need to go for the flowers that don't cost as much. You know what I'm saying? I see the vision. That's why I'm the PM. Y'all don't see the vision. I see the vision. You know what I'm saying? I just need y'all to trust me. They're like, all right, dang, we trust you. In the other team, Vanessa's like, yo, I was thinking we go tropical with it. Vibrant, bold. Connor's like, I like the idea, but it might be a little isolating in the market. Yo, listen, I swear, Connor's always got something to say, bro. Every episode, every task, it doesn't matter who's project manager. If they've got an idea, Connor's right there, devil's advocating it up. My man's like the opposite of a yes man. He's like a no man. Huh? Yo, he's like the devil on your shoulder, but instead of tempting you to do stuff, he's just straight up disagreeing with you the whole time. But to be fair to Connor, he does have a point. He does, okay? His whole thing is if you go with the classics, they're more likely to sell a lot easier. And I get that, because it'd be easier to convince me, like on my way home, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, hey, buy these roses, take them home to your wifey and get some points. I'd be like, fair. It would be a lot easier than convincing me to buy some random flower I've never seen, never heard of. You know, it probably smells funky. Even Karishma chimes in like, yeah. And if they're being imported, the cost might be a little higher. Just like Rothner, Vanessa stands on business. She sticks to the mission. Like, I hear you, but we're doing up tropical flowers, okay? We're going vibrant, bright, colorful. In Rothner's team, she splits them down the middle. You've got the peeps who handle the corporate clients, pitching all that, and the peeps who work with the flowers. Kiran volunteers to be sub-team leader, but Rajan's like, I want to be sub-team leader, okay? They end up going with Rajan. In Vanessa's team, they also get split down the middle, and my man Lawrence gets made the sub-team leader for the corporate team. Alright, the team split up, they get into the cars, off to central London. In the florist studio, Vanessa's peeps are checking out the flowers, taking notes. Rothner's team, they're doing the same thing, figuring out what colors they want to go with, pricing, all that. It's like, yo, grab those flowers over there. Yeah, add that, touch that up. up, add more greenery. Rothner's got her eye on the money, no pun intended, because she's trying to make sure each bouquet of flowers doesn't cost them more than $8. But Megan's a little worried by that. She's like, yo, we're focusing too much on the price of things, and that's limiting the creativity. Back in Vanessa's team, it's like the opposite strategy. They're just like, ooh, that looks beautiful. Ooh, I like that one. They're putting it all together. And the one person who's a little worried and concerned about the price is, you guessed it, our boy Connor. Okay, look at his face. He does not approve. In West London, Rajan's team is linking up with the fragrance brand to pitch them the flowers for their event. Kieran jumps right in like, yo, we can make this event extra special for you guys. We can have like an arch of flowers that your guests rock through and stuff. The client's like, hey, that sounds banging. Rajan's like, yeah, cost-wise, we're looking at like £3,000. They're like, nah, fam, that's a little above our budget. What could you do that would cost a little less? Kieran's like, hey, we got you, okay? We could have like foliage at the bottom and the flowers coming over the top, and that would bring the price down. Rajan's like, yeah. We could do that for $2,200. The energy between Kieran and Rajan in this pitch meeting is weird, bro. Like, they don't come across as a team. It's like Kieran will say something and Rajan will jump on it and like say something else, but like he seems a little bit annoyed, you know what I'm saying? They end up settling on £2,000, which is dope. The other team, they're in the West End. The client wants something high fashion over the top for the Devil Wears Prada musical. Fun fact, this building, the Dominion Theater where the Devil Wears Prada does his thing, on Sundays it used to be the location of my church, Hillsong. Yeah, I haven't been in ages, but back then it was, I think, Queens Will Rock You, the musical that was doing its thing there during the week. And then Sundays it would be us in there talking about, Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters. Good times, man. Dan has the idea of doing up like devil horns with the flowers, you know what I'm saying, because of the Devil Wears Prada theme. The client's like, listen, whatever you want to do it, as long as it's glamorous, high fashion, high end, it's all good. Lawrence is like, yeah, we got you, okay? This is what we do. Price-wise, we're thinking $3,500. The client's like, man, we were thinking $750. Lawrence is like, bruh, the lowest I can go is $2,000 because I don't want to sacrifice, on the quality because, we take what we do serious. We don't play about this flower, Sean. The client's like, listen, we're going over budget here, but we're trusting you guys to bring that heat, okay? Alright, now, a little insight, a little behind the scenes of how I script these videos. Like, basically, right, I watch the show. Like, I'm watching it right now. This is me. I'll take down notes as I go, and I'll pause during certain moments so I can write down, like, some of my thoughts on that, So, I have no idea how things are gonna pan out. Okay, but I have seen enough episodes of The Apprentice to know that you should never big up what you can offer, okay? Never big it up too much because it never ends well. It never does. If you have a client going, hey, we're looking for high-end, top of the line perfection, you need to remember that the only reason you're even having that meeting in the first place is because the BBC, The Apprentice, Lord Sugar, they've convinced the client that it will be good optics, free advertising and that. You are not having that meeting because you're the best. Florists spend an insane amount of time perfecting what they do. It's equal parts creativity and talent. What makes you think you, with zero experience or knowledge of flower arrangements, will deliver something that matches what dope florists could do? Like, it's crazy. I promise you, right? If I was on this show, I would go, okay, so you want glamorous, high fashion, high end, top of the top, top of the line. Okay, good. So what's your budget? Okay, what's your budget for what you had in mind? And whatever amount they say, I'd be like, we'll do it for half that price, cause we're just a bunch of dudes in suits. Okay, we'll do our best, bro. Okay, we'll do our best. We'll bust our behinds to bring you the best we can bring. And if it doesn't hit your standards, then it's no dirt off your backs because you've paid a fraction of your budget. That's what I would do, okay? But our boy Lawrence is like, look, we are professionals. Yo, if we have any florists watching, okay, if you've seen the episode, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good did the teams do, okay? When you watching this, just like cringing, like, no, don't do that. Don't put those two flowers together. Like, don't. Please let me know in the comments, because I'm not an expert on nothing, but seeing what both teams came up with, I was like, nah, this ain't it. But yo, shout out to them, man. They're fighting for their lives, trying to cook up the arch and the devil horns. The rest of the teams hit the market, okay? It's a bit of a slow start for both teams, but you know, they start cooking and the sales start coming in. Rajan's gang show off their flowers to the client, like, yeah, hey, this is what we've cooked up. What do you think? The client's like, look, it's not bad, okay? But we were expecting a lot more. There's no way this is worth 2,000, okay? The gang's like, all right, cool, you got us, okay? Let's go with 1,800 and we'll throw in some flowers for your guests, okay? They're like, all right, cool. They shake on it, boom. All right, at Vanessa's joint, the gang is struggling, okay? They're trying to sell it to the clients, but yo, the clients are not buying it. They're like, yo, we told you guys high fashion. What about this screams high fashion? They're like, yo, for this, we can hook you up with 1,000 pounds, not a penny more, okay? Alright, in the boardroom, Lord Sugar talks him through what went down, and then we get the results. So, Vanessa's team spent $1,436.25. Their total sales were $2,084. Total profit, $564.59. Not bad. Rothner's team, they spent a lot less because they went with the garden variety thing, right? They spent $620.50, okay? But they also sold a whole lot more. $2,792.50, giving them a profit of $2,172. Let's go! Bro, 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 bro. Hey, go Rothner. Go Rothner. Hey! Vanessa's team, they get a massive grilling from Lord Sugar, and then Vanessa brings back Pasha and Lawrence. They're all fighting for their lives, man, and it's kind of touch and go for Lawrence there for a bit, but ultimately Vanessa gets fired. Peace out, Vanessa. We are going to miss all that chocolate slim thickness gracing our screens. So that was the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe so we can keep growing this thing. And yo, until next time, you take care of yourself, fam, because I love you.